Oh no, the deep ocean trap has claimed even more victims. The water is rising fast, and this group of toons is absolutely losing their minds trying to stay afloat. Here is how everyone is handling the underwater nightmare across the images. Image_15 link to .png. Toodles is floating right in the middle of the flood, her big round eyes wide with shock as the water creeps up to her chest. Image_16 link to .png. Eggson has his arms thrown up in total panic, his glasses magnifying his completely startled expression. Image_17 link to .png. Cosmo looks frozen in place, staring out in absolute disbelief as the tsunami takes over. Image_18 link to .png. Pebble is barely keeping his head above the waterline, paddling fiercely with a very worried look on his face. Image_19 link to .png. Scraps is flailing her arms out to the sides, her massive eyes wide with pure feline dread. Image_20 link to .png. Shrimpo is clinging to the pole for dear life, completely outraged and screaming at the top of his lungs about getting wet. Image_21 link to .png. Goob looks totally overwhelmed, sweating bullets with huge anxious eyes as he floats in the deep sea. Image_22 link to .png. R and D are panicking double time. One is wide-eyed with shock, while the other has its eyes squeezed shut in sheer terror. Image_23 link to .png. File is spreading his arms wide, looking completely panicked and out of his element behind his glasses. Image_24 link to .png. Pink V looks like she's about to short-circuit. Her digital eyes are filled with worry, and those flowers on her head definitely aren't built for a tsunami. The entire studio is completely submerged at this point. Someone needs to pull the drain plug fast. Oh no, the flood waters keep rising and now Glisten, Boxton and Connie are caught right in the deep water trap. Here is how they are reacting to the terrifying flash flood. Image_25 link to .png. Glisten is totally paralyzed with fear, staring out with giant wide eyes and an open mouth as the water submerges their torso. Image_26 link to .png. Boxton is absolutely losing it. His eyes are popped wide open in pure shock, screaming with his mouth wide open as his wind-up key splashes in the deep water. Image_27 link to .png. Connie has her arms completely outstretched to the sides, gasping in terror with massive panicked eyes as she tries to keep her cap above the surface. The water isn't stopping. Hopefully, someone can shut off the valve before they all go completely under. Oh no, the flood is unstoppable. Now Ginger, Brusha and Bobette are stuck trying to survive the deep water trap. Here is how each of them is handling the rising tide. Image_28 link to .png. Ginger is holding onto a metal pole for dear life, looking incredibly anxious with wide, uneasy eyes as the water reaches up past her waist. Image_29 link to .png. Brusha is sinking fast. The water is already creeping up past their chin, leaving them wide-eyed and completely stunned with shock. Image_30 link to .png. Bobette is flailing her arms out to the sides in total panic, her eyes tightly shut as she braces herself against the rising deep water. The trap is completely filling up. Hopefully, a rescue team gets to them before they get totally submerged. Oh no, the deep water trap has claimed even more victims. The flood keeps rising, and now Rebecca, V, Tegan and Rudy are completely trapped in the submerging studio. Here is a breakdown of how they are all holding up in the deep ocean water. Image_31 link to .png. Rebecca looks surprisingly unbothered compared to the others. She has her arms spread wide and a heavy-lidded, calm expression on her face as she floats half-submerged. Image_32 link to .png. V is absolutely panicking. Her digital TV screen face shows tightly shut greater than less than eyes, and an open, stressed mouth, her arms thrown out wide as electronics and water definitely do not mix. Image_33 link to .png. Tegan is keeping her arms outstretched for balance, staring forward with wide, concerned eyes and an open mouth as the water creeps up past her waist. Image_34 link to .png. Rudy is completely terrified. His big, wide eyes are popping out of his head, and his mouth is wide open in a gasp of pure shock as he frantically tries to stay afloat next to a pole. The water level is getting critical. Hopefully, Someone shuts down the trap before the entire cast goes completely underwater.